Good morning, everyone, and welcome to What Mahathat, okay, to this session that I run here, meditation for everyone. So we have a few new members today. Right, so today is the beginner class. I try to find a new way, a new approach, to present to you. When you were born, we are born into a massive pile of jigsaw puzzle. Okay, let's say that every single item in on this planet class as one piece of jigsaw puzzle. And what is the size of our population at the moment? The latest number, is it still 7 billion or reaching 8? Well, just that alone. We talk about 7 billion pieces of jigsaw puzzle. Enough to give you a headache, right? Not to mention things, trees, animals, and, all these man-made things. And on top of that, problem, political issue, social issue, religious issue, the list goes on, right? Okay, so I suppose you can imagine how massive, how colossal this ginormous, pile of jigsaw puzzle that we are born into. And we are just one piece among this ginormous one. And your duty is what? Your job, the reason that you go into education, all these things, is to piece all these puzzles together, right? Okay? Piece all these puzzles together. This is the reason why you got to go to school. Come on, get up, children. Go to school. You must do well at school. You must go into higher education if you can. Go. You do well at school so that you don't get stupid. You get clever. And you can get a good job and, earn yourself the money and look after yourself so that you can leave home out of my responsibility, right? So this is very much like a formula, a life formula that we kind of follow, right? But the reason that we go to education is basically just trying to, piece all these jigsaw puzzle up. But what the mainstream education can offer us is to piece certain field, of jigsaw puzzle. Okay, this is about the area of biology, the area of chemistry, the area of sociology, archaeology, medicine, and what, the list goes on again. But it looks like we cannot piece absolutely everything together to form a big picture, to allow us to know where exactly we are in this universe. Because they're only expert in their field. I'm sure that you all are expert in your very own field as well. Okay. So this is our, I got to say, use the word predicament. This is where we stand. And that's why, at this age, I'm old, I'm pushing 70, so I can say that at this age, we are still asking questions. What life is all about, what I'm here for. What is the purpose of being here? Who sent me here, and what do I supposed to do, all these things. And this is not easy question at all, to answer. That's why, at this age, we are still searching for the answer to that important question of our life, what life is all about. So, I don't have much time with you. I'm going to really, squeeze, make a really, really shortcut for you. So what happened is that You go through the education, okay? Enough for you to find out that this is not for me. They don't give me any answer at all. Okay, I'm going to search for something a bit more spiritual. Maybe they give me some answer. But even that, so you search for what? Christianity, Buddhism, Hinduism, or whatever that you go through. And a lot of people still don't find the answer. Okay, don't find the answer. And then you narrow it down again. So this is a shortcut, a really shortcut, because I might just see you just today, right? The really shortcut is that, let's say that upon the enlightenment of the Buddha, I take you to this one. Upon the enlightenment of the Buddha, okay, the Buddha was the one, in fact Christ as well, in fact Lao Tzu as well, in fact Zoroaster as well, okay, but just the way to deliver the message is so different. So I'm going to take the Buddha's word and then use his approach to deliver to you. So let's say it this way, that upon the enlightenment of the Buddha have found that missing link, that really last piece of jigsaw puzzle, okay? Once he put this piece of jigsaw puzzle down, he could have the entire perspective of this entire universe with you, us, every one of us as one piece in it. It means that he could understand himself in related to the universe, to the core. And then it didn't mean that the Buddha went through university to do this, to do that, but the way that he did, through meditation, he found, upon that enlightenment, he had found something that is so crucial to humanity. He found that missing link. So once that missing link put down, the picture of the entire universe with us one piece in it is clear. It's absolutely clear. So he called that state of mind Nirvana, which is the same as God, which is the same as, what else? Which is the same as the ultimate truth, which is the same as here and now. Okay, here and now is a very neutral term. The innocent perception is my invention, which is something that I'm going to help you to get to these very points. You see how shortcut this is. 1 minute you are one piece of jigsaw puzzle, next minute I'm taking you to that ultimate truth. Okay, so I like you to have this in mind first, so that you know what to expect. The reason that you're here today is that I'm going to offer you, among this ginormous pile of jigsaw puzzle, I'm going to just take 3 pieces, okay, and talk about these 3 pieces. The Buddha, he have known the nature of the ultimate truth that he called Nirvana, that Christ called God. Whatever name that you want to call, it really doesn't matter, because those are only label. They are not real. They're only label. Today you are going to experience the real thing. So instead of going through all these 45 volumes, who want to take this challenge, 45 volumes. Why 45, The Buddha lived for 45 years. From the age of enlightenment at the age of 35, okay, he passed away at the age of 80. So 45 years of that teaching, we got 45 volumes of his teaching in there, which make up of 84,000 topics. 84,000 topics that will help you to get to Nirvana, to get to here now. Okay, so if anyone wants to take the challenge, you are very welcome. The books are here. Okay, but I won't torture you. I'm going to give you these 3 pieces of this topic, okay, and then deliver to you in a very, concise way and shortcut, of course, and then quickly lead you into the practical side to help you to reach that state of Nirvana God here and now. Is that okay with you? Okay, is it shortcut enough? That's it. You know the perspective now. So from a ginormous pie of jigsaw puzzle, we're going to talk about the Four Noble Truths, the 5 elements. So I'm going to introduce to you your life form, because it is your life form that make up of your body, okay, handsome, beautiful. I don't normally have many men in my class, mainly are women. So, okay, so body, mind. Mind is your thoughts and feelings, mind, okay? And then body, mind, and spirit, or body, mind, and soul. Soul, spirit, or consciousness is the same thing. So this is the life form that you really want to know. You don't want to know about anything else. I want to know about me. Why have so much pain in here. That's why we are here. And then the 4th foundation of mindfulness is the self-empowering tool that the Buddha have given us 2.5 millennia ago. But even so, still not many people know that is related to you, to every individual of us, regardless of your belief. So it really doesn't matter who you are, what kind of belief that you have, what kind of belief system that you have nothing to do with me. You just remain what you are, who you are, and then just open your mind really wide and then see whether what I deliver to you today suits you or not. If it suits you, make you feel better, and make you feel at peace, carry on, okay? Because this is your life. If it doesn't suit you, keep on walking and find some other school. Okay, this is fair enough, isn't it? Right, so this is it, the perspective. So we set a goal very clear. We want to get to Nirvana, but the word Nirvana, God, is just so big, so massive. So we tone it down, okay, to say the word here and now. You know, live your life in the present, but it's so ambiguous. Live your life in the present. Live your life in today, but today you got past, you got present, you got future, you got within these 24 hours. So it's still very cloudy, you know, the word presence or here and now. Or you can use the word ultimate truth. It doesn't matter. It's talking about your inner peace. Talking about your inner peace. So this is it. Innocent perception, God, Tao. So we are going to squeeze ourselves to this top pyramid. The knowledge will be squeezed narrower. I'd like you to know that there are 2 sides of Buddhism. Buddhism is very much, you know, like a Russian doll. You got the exterior, you got the ritual, the ceremony, all these things that you see, you know, the culture, everything. And then go all the way to the core teaching of the Buddha. The core teaching is about Nirvana, the core teaching about the meditation that can lead you to that inner peace of mind, okay? That is the core teaching. So I have nothing to do with the exterior part. That is the monk's job, okay? I just come to deliver the core teaching and then I go home tonight. Someone got to take me to the station, darling. Can you?
I can.
Fraser can, yeah.
Okay, because I have to go back to Birmingham. The exterior is all about all these things, the establishment, the ceremony, tradition. You know, you see the monk receiving alms, the chanting, which Ajahn Lau, the abbot here, is very good. And then the Buddha statue that you see, all the glitter that you see. Okay, this afternoon we are going into the shrine room. Okay, so I'd like you to know that this is the exterior, whereas the essence, the core teaching of Buddhism, is all about empowerment. It's all about put the destiny of your life in your own hands. It's about regain your mental and spiritual freedom. Why? Because mind is your thoughts and feelings. Thoughts and feelings, your mind. Represent with the water in here. And then you got your soul, your spirit, or your consciousness, which I create a word called mental self, which is your true self, your inner self or your true self. It isn't in the tangible form, it's non-physical, unlike this. So I like you to know that our physical form is very much like a vessel, a shell. And this true self, your consciousness, your soul, your spirit, even though it's non-physical, but that is the part, acts as your true self, which control your physical body. So your spirit, your soul, your consciousness, or your mental self is the true boss, that make this thing work. Without this one is an empty vessel. Happen to you when you go into a deep sleep, when you're fainted, unconscious. See, when this thing unconscious, this is the consciousness, your true self. Unconscious is without consciousness. So you just lay there. And then you're in the coma, this one also lay there. And then when you are very dead. So this is the empty vessel without the boss. So the essence of the Buddhist teaching, okay, put the destiny of your life in your own hand, which is so important. I like the word in control. So regain your mental and spiritual freedom. This is the step that you lose control. You got to be able to look through this physical body into the non-physical form that you cannot see in the mirror. But only the individual know that in here, my mind is in the state of boom, 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 boom. This is the word you still remember boom, 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 Sondra? Yes. Okay. Let's say boom, boom, boom is represent your mental pain. Oh, gosh. Talking about your emotion, up and down, okay, all these things, okay, which you cannot see in the mirror. It'd be lovely if you can see in the mirror. At least you know what to do with it. But because you can't see in the mirror, that's why I need this bottle, just to show you that this is what it happened, okay? And all these words cannot even get near the actual pain that you're going through. That's all I say, because we're old enough to know all these things. And imagine that you are in control. This is losing control. Imagine that you're in control. Wow. And this is what the smile of Mona Lisa is all about. The smile of Mona Lisa is always a mystery, okay, enigma. And this is, where I get this from? One day I meditate. I don't know, did Leonardo come to me, he said, give me the answer. I said, oh my God, really? And I like to believe that. This is just a belief, but I truly think that is so, oh, thank you. I got this goosebump here. Yeah, maybe just a confirmation. You see, when you are losing control, you are looking in the abyss. But when you can manage by using this empowering tool that the Buddha gave us, right away, you would smile like Mona Lisa. Because only you know what's going on in there. Only you know what's going on in there. And it's a triumphant smile that only you know it, because you cannot explain to anyone. You cannot explain to anyone. So this is what this tool that I'm going to deliver to you is all about. Very individual. And then help you to understand how your mind consciousness works. Mind, thoughts and feelings, consciousness, your mental self, help you to know how it works. So this part, I like you to come back to the advanced course. This is how you came, didn't you, Janet? Okay, I put the music on, I put songs on, and YouTube said that you breached the copyright. But they won't close my channel yet, because let it be,
Oh, yes. Yeah.
I love that song. And then, what is it? What is the other song? John Lennon.
Imagine.
Oh, imagine. Yeah. I invite all these, what they call Jerry, come in and then make you cry so that you can see that emotion, so that you can deal with it. That is the advanced course. Just in case if you like to come back. Okay. Right, and then learning a mental skill to defeat your unwanted and painful thoughts and feelings. Tell me who don't want this. Tell me who don't want this. Oh my God. This is the reason why the world is like this, because they just don't know how to deal with these unwanted thoughts and feelings. Don't know how to get rid of it. Go away, go away, go away. We won't just walk away from your head, is it? That's why you need a guide. Is that clear? So this is the essence of what the Buddha offers. And in this part, nothing to do with religion. Absolutely non-religious. But this part do with religion. Oh, you're Buddhist. Oh, you're this and that. And this part is a lot of Westerner, British, your local people, you don't realize. You try to identify, I'm going to a Buddhist temple, I know monks. Create a very subtle kind of ego. The essence of Buddhism is all talking about all these very important questions of our life, what is the purpose of life, who am I, what I'm here for. Now that I'm here, what do I supposed to do? But you see, mainstream education, they don't know anything like this, so they just give us this formula. Okay, go out, go to school, get a good job, get a family, a few children, teach them the same as we teach you, and let them go up, and then our children, all these little ones, it will reach a point that, oh, so stressful, Mom, I can't take this anymore, I can't take it. Cycle goes on. How many generations now? So we are going to break this vicious cycle. Of course, we are confused. And in not knowing all these answers, all these powerful, fundamental questions, we are submerged into confusion and mental pain. We spend so much time focused on our life, making sure that the best go to ourselves and our family, yet life still doesn't work out. We still don't know how to deal with our relationship, how to deal with this unsatisfactory job, addiction. Don't know how to deal with neighbors from hell. If you have one, I hope not. Yeah, neighbor from hell. And then I never have any neighbor from hell. No, we're lucky. Externally, this is what happened. This is all you can see. This is all you can see. You sit there, physically you are fine. You are fine. But mentally, you are twisted. You are, go through the mango. You go through, horrible. Just what if alone? What if alone? The list can go on. Just only one word. Especially if you have your own YouTube channel that you expose yourself, My son keep on saying, Mom, don't read the comment, don't read the comment. Because, but now YouTube, they take away the dislike, the thumb down now. They take away it now, it's only thumb up. But then again, you always have this, comment from people who just find a loophole. If it's just one word among 1 million words, they use that one word, to stab you. And this is people's nature nowadays. So anyway, externally, no wound at all physically. But internally, within, I'm going to explain this to you now. Body, mind is your thought and feelings. Every problem in the world, in the universe, if we have any, every single problem in this entire universe, they won't jump into this life form, in the material form, in the physical form. They got to dematerialize into the non-physical, into the energetic form first, which you call thoughts and feelings. So the problem about what? COVID, the vaccine, all these things, you have the fear, you're unsettled about this and that. So all these issues that you see out there, neighbors from hell, all these things, you experience the problem, and then they all dematerialize and turn into thoughts and feelings, which I represent here with the water in this bottle. And this red part is your real self, your inner self, your mental self, your real self, the real you, even though it's non-physical. So problem here, from now on, to make your life much easier, I would call Jerry. Tom and Jerry, you know Tom and Jerry, so Jerry, okay? Right, so this Jerry, it can go and mobilize a whole army of Jerry with the combat boots and then stomp you. Stomp your mental self. Stomp your mental self. Like that. Like that. It's just very much like put your mental self, give you this analogy, put your mental self on the chopping board. And then this whole army of Jerry chop you into pieces. Chop you into pieces. That's why you're, you know. That's why some planet like the Vulcan, if you watch Star Trek, they know that emotion is a big problem to their people. That's why they buried it. They buried emotion and then use, what's it called? Use logic, use reason instead. And then they buried that. So I don't know whether it's real or not, but the concept is really good. It just reflects that emotion, which humanity have a really wide spectrum of emotion, from euphoria to suicidal. It's a really wide spectrum. And this wide spectrum, you know, we're just sailing up and down, up and down, up and down. And it's exhausting, really exhausting. And the lovely one, it doesn't stay as long as the bad one. This is the problem. This is the problem. This one is just so fragile as well, just one word. So that's why physically we got no wound whatsoever. It got not a single cut. But your mental self or your true self is into pieces already. And that is enough for one to kill themselves. This is the reason why. Because the true self is hurt so much. It's hurt so much. It's dead already. So the last piece is just to kill the physical self. But in fact, you kill the wrong one. The one that you should kill is Jerry, really. It's Jerry. So we'll get into that. Oh, is that clear? I will give you the summary of the inconvenient truth, which is the first noble truth. The Buddha gives us the summary that parting from someone or something we love is suffering. Give you the mental pain. This part you can understand. If your parents, your partner, your children, your beloved one pass away, it's really painful. You can understand that. But equally, being with someone or something we don't love or we hate is equally suffering. Right? If you're a student year, think about the roommate that you have during student year. You can't get along, that is suffering. Or the relationship, two people who share the same bed, but if they don't get along, that is hell. That is hell. So this is a summary of the first noble truth. So I'm going to show you through this. I can add you a few things as well, and then help you to understand the concept of Tom and Jerry as well. So this is Jerry. Our thoughts and feelings is Jerry, in opposed to Tom, your mental self. So you got Tom and Jerry. So this whole thing inwardly, inside, they don't turn up. They don't show up in the mirror. So that's why it's so important for you to understand this part, how your Tom and Jerry or your mind consciousness work within. So you know how to deal with it. Anyway, in not knowing the real purpose of life, not knowing that we got to, have control of our life, we just let our emotion take over. When you want to get angry, you get angry. And then, even though that only just 3 minutes of anger that you express your anger full blown, the destruction, the harm already done. Already done. And then you cannot turn the clock back. And that it could mean killing someone that you love as well. So during that angry moment, everyone would feel that I have the right to say anything to that person who made me so angry. I am right and you're wrong because you made me so angry. So it is justified for me to do or to say something to you. And then you just say it. according to what Jerry tells you. But this kind of anger, it won't last forever. Okay, it might last, a few minutes until you become sober again. Once all this strong emotion calm down, you look back. Oh my God, mommy, what have I said to you? Oh my God, oh my God. And then you have to live with the guilt after that. It could be for the rest of your life, especially if you've done something that you don't supposed to. That is unlawful. So I would suggest that if you want to have a good fight, don't do in front of children, because the mental wound in young children, it digs so deep and will condition their life from then on. Yeah. So what came into my mind just now is that when you have anger, you are killing some of your cell in your body, your DNA, make your DNA, your cells sick. Unwind. They call unwind. This is your DNA, just wind. Unwind your sick DNA, make it sick because of anger. Kill yourself, make your life a bit shorter. In opposed to loving kindness and compassion. Every time that you have the loving kindness and compassion, you directly connect to source. And that is the healing energy that will rewind your DNA, heal your DNA back. This is the reason why every religion tells you to stick with this golden rule of loving kindness and compassion. You can't go wrong. And then in opposed to anger, that is not good. So this is another reason that can help you to be aware and try to stop yourself. But it's not that easy to stop. That's why the tool that I'm going to deliver to you today is so important. Because if you can do this meditation, this self-empowering tool, all your anger that you, in the situation that you're supposed to get so angry, I'm so angry at you. But you become so cool and so calm until you can't believe yourself. Hang on, what happened to me? Am I crazy? I'm supposed to be angry, but why am I not angry anymore? So this will happen to you gradually. If you are persistent, keep up with this practice that I will share with you later. I just insert this to you because our time together is just so short. With this picture, I want to add this. It's easy to say that don't be judgmental. All this judgment is happen on your mental level so quick, staggeringly quick, until you don't even know that you have judged already, even though you never say a word. But in here, you have judged already. So it's easier said than done. I just want you to see that it isn't because they want to be an addict. Everyone who gone into addiction is because they want to get away from their mental pain. They want to get away from their mental pain. But as a society, we don't have enough organization or resources to offer you something like this. Something like this. We don't have enough resources. And what they can offer you is, oh, Pop, come on, let's go. You can, at least you forget about it today. Come on, let's go have a drink. Before you know anything, you already become an addict because the pain, once you become sober, the pain comes, okay, drink again so that you can forget. So with this reason, it can help you to be a bit more compassionate toward a human being. We are now so fragile, mentally. We are so fragile, especially young children now, young people, mind you, broken heart. I would say that it is, a big thing, broken heart. But life moves on once you can get through that. But a lot of people, they cannot get through, and then this is a problem. Christine used to give me this figure. They're quite frightening, isn't it? Is it each week?
How many
Men
people kill themselves?
under 40.
Oh, a huge amount.
Yeah.
Can't remember exactly what
I
it is.
think if I remember correctly, that Christine told me, 80 men each week under 40 commit suicide. There is a reason behind this. Why under 40? Because the peak of male's life, I mean, men, you still got those DNA from the hunter and gatherer. You got to go out and hunt, get a deer, get a whatever, bring, here we go, you cook. You still got that gene in you. Even though we don't have to go out to the wild and hunt anymore, but that gene is still there. That's why men, you have this sense of achievement, this sense of competitiveness within. And the peak of your life is really from after university, the age of 25 to 50 at the most. And after that, it's all downhill. Well, it's not physically. Sorry. I'm gonna offend you in some. Well, I mean, 50 when you have to compete with the young 20-something and 30. When you go to apply for a job, they will go for younger people. So anyway, it's only that number of years, which is quite short really. So when you reach pushing 40, if you haven't achieved anything, this male ego is keep on playing in your head. This is the reason why. It's worse in Japan, They all disappear into the wood, or disappear into the room. The number is quite scary. There's a story of the wife phoning, why my husband didn't come home? Your husband didn't come to work for 3 months. I said, no, he gone out to work every day. I drop him at the train station every day. I said, no, he was made redundant 3 months ago. So it means that every day he dress up and then he gone to work, use up all his saving, okay, until that last day is enough. He gone into the wood. Oh, the world is a mess. It's a mess. This one, I like to say this. You got to learn to be gratitude toward everything that we have. But a lot of the time, we really take it for granted, We take it for granted. We like to moan that we don't have this, we don't have that. I never go on holiday abroad, or I wish I can go on the cruise, I wish I have this, all this and that. Until you're on the deathbed, only then will you realize that, oh my God, it's so precious. And it's already, so wealthy and precious that you can breathe on your own without any ventilator, without any struggle with this breathing. But we don't realize, we take it for granted. I breathe again next minute, next hour. But everything is impermanent, right, Bob? Right? Except that we take it for granted that we can just walk to the toilet. Not until here. I see my mother-in-law right now. She struggled with dementia, but someday that she was okay. And then to have her son, her daughter, she got one daughter and 2 sons. And then now we take turn 24/7 to be with mom. But sometimes it's the son's turn. And then she cried because got to help her to sit on the commode. Okay, but you see, when we are healthy, we can walk to the toilet, with dignity. We never say, yeah, I can go to the toilet. We've got to start to celebrate now that we can do all this dignified thing in private. Gratitude, you got to see the wealth in it, in all these simple things that we overlook. Because not until we're on the deathbed, people look after us like that before you can appreciate. It's too late. And it's too late. So now, while you are well, just really appreciate the moment that you have. What else that you can appreciate? That you can get up and then you see your loved ones. I love mom, I love husband, I love wife, I love children. Oh, I'm so glad I see you. I'm so glad I can see the sky, the trees, everything is so beautiful. Gratitude that you have good eyes, that you are not blind. Gratitude. You see? And gratitude mood is the healing energy that extends your life. It's the healing energy that heal all these sick molecules in your body. Remember that. So that's why all this kind of teaching, loving kindness, gratitude is always right, always good. But they don't tell you the reason why. The reason is that because it keeps you healthy within. Whereas the negative feelings, the negative thought and emotion killing you, especially stress. You see, the problem in life goes on. You don't expect that if I have this, I'll be happy. If I have that, I'm happy. No, the problem is just continuous, moves on and on. This picture, I often say this. Physically, a lot of the time, to a lot of the people, they have everything they can possibly have. But for some reason, only that person knows that why I still feel that I have a massive void in here. That it's just not full, it's not filled, and I don't even know what I want. You see, it's easy if you don't know what you don't know. If you know that you don't know anything, Google, Siri, tell me, Elisa, tell me something, all this, that you know that you don't know. But it's much harder that you don't know what you don't know. You don't even know how to ask Siri, how to Google. So this is the part that if the enlightened person, like the Buddha, knows something, and if he didn't open his mouth, we are the one who lost, so massively. So that's why the enlightened people, they got to start speaking. And then because we don't have enough resource in the world to help people with this kind of question, they got absolutely everything, but in here, they still feel that it's not fulfilled. So all they do is just looking for more material, which they don't want anymore. And the next thing is the medication. No rule telling you that people got to go before young people. There is no rule. Nothing in the book, in any holy book. So anyone can go at any time. And then when the dead jumping the queue, the pain is horrendous, excruciating. And you never forget if the dead jumping the queue. Right, this is the last one that I like you to see. It's about the profound kind of loss. If you're physically getting lost somewhere, which you are not allowed to get lost anymore because with this tool, they track you all the time, so you don't get lost. But mentally or spiritually lost is a much more profound kind of loss. You could be among a lot of people in your own party, in the shopping mall, in your family, but for some reason you just cannot connect with anyone. You try to say something, but no one can connect with you. They don't understand you, and you don't understand them either. You try to raise up something, they talk you over and say, oh, don't think too much. Come on, let's go for a drink, let's go to eat, let's go shopping, let's go entertain ourselves, go on holiday. And then you forget about all these stupid questions. It looks like that they know better than you, but this is it. This is about being lost so profoundly among people. And the most scary type is that two person sharing the same bed, but got to try to rehearse themselves or try to think that, okay, well, I'm going to talk to him or to her. That is the most scary kind. Okay, talk about children. And this kind of problem, gosh, everywhere. Right, so this is it. So externally, among all those problems, this is all you show, all this stressful face, that's all. But inwardly, only the individual know how painful it is. Anyone who wants to disagree with me that you don't have any problem? Anyone would like to raise your hand and say that, Sue, I'm fine, I don't have any of this at all. Anyone? You want to dispute me?
No, but I will go to the loo if you don't
Yeah.
mind.
With gratitude.
Yes.
I trash it out for you. So no one would disagree. Sure, life got to have some positive thing, happy moment, yeah. But that kind of happy moment don't bring you here, right? Only the painful moment. Okay, I don't dispute with that. So I just like to summarize for you that the reason that you agree that you don't raise your hand, because all I said just now, all those examples, I was talking about the first noble truth, the first universal truth that the Buddha have told us. On the night of his enlightenment, he found out 4 universal truths, and that first universal truth that he called noble truth is the noble truth of mental pain or suffering, which contained in about 8 volumes, I think, of all these books. 8 volumes. So I squeeze you to you, not 8 minutes, let's say. Half an hour is still short, isn't it? It's still short, then go and read and read. Okay, suffering. Going along with the pain, right? Yeah, I just summarize that. Everything that I have said so far is the noble truth of suffering. And now we are going to move on to the better news now. The better news is that on the night of the Buddha's enlightenment, he had found something. The Buddha gone through the pain a lot himself. You know, when he had his first baby, now mind you, he had only one baby, he had only one son. But on the night that his wife gave birth to his son, on that night, he left the palace. He left the palace without going to touch his wife and his baby to say goodbye. So you can imagine, you know, for a good man, for a good family man, he got to be like this. But his reason is that if he didn't leave the palace on that night, he would get hooked with the attachment to his family, and then he would never go out and search for his very own ultimate enlightenment to help everyone to end their mental pain later on. So that is his sacrifice. So I just want you to know that the Buddha went through the pain himself, even though he was a prince. So what happened is that he gone through a lot of pain. On the night of his enlightenment under the Bodhi tree, from something like this, he found a state of mind like this. He found a state of mind that he was totally at peace and calm, totally in control. Upon experiencing this experience, he knew right away that this is it. This is the answer for humanity. This is the answer for humanity. And this has become the third noble truth, the third universal truth. It means that this state of mind exists in every single human being. You just have to find it. So this is the third noble truth. It's not that difficult to get through. So I give you the summary first. So upon seeing this state of mind, the Buddha made the summary that no happiness is greater than your inner peace. Nirvana is the best kind of happiness. Hence, Nirvana is our inner peace, which is also the best kind of happiness. Is that clear? So this is exactly what you want to attain, you want to achieve, you want to have access to. This is exactly what I want to deliver to you and to show you this tool that you're going to learn next part. Is that clear so far? Mm-hmm. This is what you want to aim for. But I have to tell you all those inconvenient truths first for you to admit that you have problem. Like when you go to the Alcohol Anonymous, you got to get up and say that I'm Sue, I'm an alcoholic, I need help. Likewise, you got to admit that I have mental pain and I need help. Only then will you listen.